Letter 68 by Charles Lamb. Charles Lamb to Thomas Manning PM Sep 22, 1800. Dear Manning, you needed not imagine any apology necessary. Your fine hair and fine birds, which just now are dangling by our kitchen blaze, discourse most eloquent music in your justification. You just nicked my palate. For with all due decorum and leave may it be spoken, my worship hath taken physic for his body today, and being low and puling, requireth to be pampered. Foe, how beautiful and strong those buttered onions come to my nose! For you must know we extract a divine spirit of gravy from those materials which, duly compounded with a consistence of bread and cream, yclept bread sauce, each to each giving double grace, do mutually illustrate and set off as skilful goldfuls to rare jewels, your partridge, pheasant, woodcock, snipe, teal, widgeon, and the other lesser daughters of the ark. My friendship, struggling with my carnal and fleshly prudence, which suggests that a bird a man is the proper allotment in such cases, yearneth sometimes to have thee here to pick a wing or so. I question if your Norfolk sauces match our London culinaric. George Dyer has introduced me to the table of an agreeable old gentleman, Dr. Anderson, who gives hot legs of mutton and grape pies at his Sylvan Lodge at Isleworth, where, in the middle of a street, he has shot up a wall most preposterously before his small dwelling, which, with the circumstance of his taking several panes of glass out of bedroom windows, for air, causeth his neighbours to speculate strangely on the state of the good man's pericranics. Plainly, he lives under the reputation of being deranged. George does not mind this circumstance, he rather likes him the better for it. The doctor, in his pursuits, joins agricultural to poetical science, and has set George's brains mad about the old Scotch writers, Harbour, Douglas's Aeneid, Blind Harry, and C. We returned home in a return post-chaise, having dined with the doctor, and George kept wondering and wondering, for 8 or 9 turnpike miles, what was the name, and striving to recollect the name, of a poet anterior to Barbour. I begged to know what was remaining of his works. There is nothing extant of his works, sir, but by all accounts he seems to have been a fine genius. This fine genius, without anything to show for it or any title beyond George's courtesy, without even a name. And Barbour and Douglas and Blind Harry now are the predominant sounds in George's pia mater, and their buzzings exclude politics, criticism, and algebra, the late lords of that illustrious lumber-room. Mark, he has never read any of these books, but is impatient till he reads them all at the doctor's suggestion. Poor Dyer, his friends should be careful what sparks they let fall into such inflammable matter. Could I have my will of the heathen, I would lock him up from all access of new ideas. I would exclude all critics that would not swear me first, upon their Virgil, that they would feed him with nothing but the old, safe, familiar notions and sounds, the rightful aborigines of his brain, Gray, Akenside, and Mason. In these sounds, reiterated as often as possible, there could be nothing painful, nothing distracting. God bless me, here are the birds smoking hot. All that is gross and unspiritual in me rises at the sight. Avaunt friendship and all memory of absent friends. Divine spirit of gravy. This passage is the first of Lamb's outbursts of gustatory ecstasy, afterwards to become frequent in his writings. Here should come a letter, dated October 9, 1800, in the richest spirit of comedy, describing to Coleridge an evening with George Dyer and the Cottles after the death of their brother Amos, and how Lamb, by praising Joseph Cottle's poem, drew away that good man's thoughts from his grief. Joseph, who till now had sat with his knees cowering in by the fireplace, wheeled about, and with great difficulty of body shifted the same round to the corner of a table where I was sitting, and first stationing one thigh over the other, which is his sedentary mood, and placidly, fixing his benevolent face right against mine, waited my observations. At that moment it came strongly into my mind that I had got Uncle Toby before me, he looked so kind and so good. The letter, printed in full in other editions, is, I am given to understand, not available for this.